Mike Tanner, the U.S. Trotting Association's new Executive Vice President and CEO, brings a wealth of knowledge to his position. He recently sat down to speak with Hoof Beats Executive Editor Nicole Kraft about a wide range of topics, including the USTA's role in the industry, marketing, and encouraging participation in the sport.
It was November of '75. I was 9. It was at Liberty Bell, and walked through the doors, and that was it. I was hooked. I just thought it was the most wonderful place to be, and eventually gravitated over towards the thoroughbred side. Walked hots and groomed summers that I was home from college at Garden State Park and Philadelphia Park. I was one of those kids also who loved the big events, and when I was younger, I would go to the Battle of Brandywine and to the Colonial, and this was right in my backyard. I had the chance to come back home and to help bring harness racing back to the Delaware Valley. That was an opportunity that I just couldn't pass up. The key really is communication. I think that everyone tends to live in their own silos, and they see things from their own perspective and grasp onto their own piece of what really is a shrinking pie. If I have to beat the drum over and over and over to get people maybe to take another look at that, then that's what I'm going to do. As far as whether there's a magic bullet or not, I haven't found it yet. I don't know that there is one. I think it's just gonna mean a bunch of people from across the industry getting together and saying, you know what, I might have to give up a little bit of what I have, but it's going to be beneficial to all of us in the long run. We need to get everybody to that point. Registrations increased on a 5-year basis up until about 1985, 1986 when the tax laws changed. And then it began to decline at that point. We're seeing some of those numbers stabilized a little bit in those states like Pennsylvania, for example, that have slot wagering to where the purses have increased. I really think that there's never been a better time to own a racehorse, own a standardbred racehorse specifically, than there is right now. These horses will race somewhere between 20 and 25 times per year. In those states with the heightened purses, a guy or a girl actually has a chance to make a pretty good living with their horse at this point. You know, can at least pay for themselves and maybe make some money, which heretofore really wasn't necessarily the case. I would think that there's an opportunity to attract people from outside the industry into the industry as owners, but we can't be advertising in our traditional trade publications. Not that those aren't worthy, but we're preaching to the choir at that point. I think making some sort of outreach to people, off the top of my head, advertising in something like Forbes or USA Today, and again, this costs money, but our game is special in that you can buy a racehorse and you can experience all the thrills of ownership, but you can also participate. You can learn to jog that horse. It's so hands-on, and the horse is going to race 20, 25 times per year. It's advantages that we have that some other sports don't. We're looking to do more outreach in terms of our electronic media. We have a really good website, and I think there's even more that we can do with it. So we had the opportunity recently to bring someone on to do electronic media and make it even more visually appealing. And so that's something that we're kind of excited about. Best thing they can do is to stay active with their district meetings, bring friends to the racetrack, contact your legislators. If you're not sure about how to do that or who your legislator is, call us. We'll let you know. If you need help in knowing exactly what you want to say, well, we've got some form letters that we can help you out a little bit with that as well. We're kind of I see us as being a large umbrella organization. If there's anything that we can help make the racing experience more enjoyable, or if there's any type of information, that's what we're here for. We got the records, we got the people. We are here to serve our members. We are not merely saying, hey, send us your money and then get out of our way, and we'll tell you what's right. I want to hear from our members in terms of suggestions. Some of the best things that I heard were just from fans that I met when I was going around to the racetracks in the fall, and then at the district meetings, people I'd never even met popping up and saying, "Hey, did you ever think about this? Did you ever think about that?" Stay in touch. This is a living, breathing organization. It is only as good as its membership, and we want people active and involved.
Meet Mike Tanner in the May issue of Hoof Beats with the cover title "Open Mic." To subscribe to Hoof Beats, call 877-800-USTA extension 2 or go online at shop.ustrotting.com.